Dude, he took a day of absence, went to a private pain management doctor, and just got perked up, dude, as perked as possible, and then used the meditative techniques from the SRI Institute and Operation Sunstreak, just classified. Well, I think that's actually unclassified now. He took his meditative techniques from the remote viewing shit.
Yeah.
And just fucking ran 2 miles, did obstacle courses, and did push-ups. And he fucking passed. He passed, dude, for all the bros.
That's incredible.
He passed, and he said he fully just... Just say it.
Yo, fuck BET. Fuck BET, bro. Fuck that.
Yo, for real though, fuck BET.
For real, fuck them.
Fuck BET, dude.
With their homophobic ass.
I hate that shit. I was trying to watch the awards and I saw that homophobia and I was like, I was following on Twitter with the BET awards, like live tweeting and everything. Be like, oh shit. And I saw the homophobia and I was like, man, fuck BET.
Me and my dad sat down to watch the BET awards.
And both got disgusted by the homophobia.
We both said, yeah, I like it crowded. You don't worry about that. You let me do my job. Turn it off, I guess. Or you can't scrub it out.
I can, but I'll turn it down.
Fuck Sean
I need
Gardini.
AC, dude. Yeah, I like it cold. It's so oppy, dude. It's so oppy right now.
It's so obvious.
Gardini might be the ops. You're the fucking ops, dude.
You think so?
Gardone, when are you gonna stop opping, bro? Oh shit!
Turn the TV on.
Turn it off with my thick ass.
Did you turn the TV, dude?
My little thickie. All right. How are you, dude?
Good, man. I slept till 7 a.m. today. I'm feeling good.
Whoa, sleeping in.
Full 7 a.m.
Lazy bones.
Full 7
Must be
a.m.
nice.
I'll tell you what. It was. Today, woke up on the beanbag. Fucking.
You woke up on the bag?
Yeah. Maya wakes up at like 5 every morning, so I try to put her back down. If I lay on the beanbag, there's like a good chance she'll fall asleep, but I immediately pass out. So I just fucking wake up on a beanbag on my back, just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I look at the light through the blinds, and I'm like, fuck, it's still 5. I looked, it was bright sunlight. I was like, I made it.
That's awesome.
I made it till 7 a.m.
Damn, how like what are your sleeping hours like right now?
I go to bed at like, last night was a little late. It was like 10:30.
Yeah.
So I was kind of not happy about that. Went to bed at 10:30. I get woken up every 2 hours by the one baby crying. And then,
The one baby.
Yeah, so the one baby's just fully crying, has a cold right now. So you just hear like,
Yeah.
like a baby. You're like, oh, I hope it's breathing. But so it's like 10:30 to about 11. I wake up around like 11 usually, and then I fall back asleep till like 2. I get woken up again, and then I fall asleep till like 5, and then I wake up. And then usually I'm up, but today I got blessed, and I did till 7
you
a.m.
ever think about neglecting your children and to be like, I'm sleeping?
Yeah, there's like little tools you can use where it's like, give them 5 minutes. If they put themselves back to bed, you can kind of go, which does work sometimes. Sometimes they're not fully awake, but there's some people like, give them a half an hour. That's like,
I'm giving them a fucking half hour.
dude, so here's what happens. People think that, and this is
Nobody's waking my ass up.
dude, you'll wake your ass up. Yesterday, I thought, I was like, let me just go down there and see what's up. Dude, I was like, I woke up. I'm like, all right, nice. It's 5 o'clock. We'll go back. I'm going to bring you upstairs.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, dude. I was like, let's bring you back up to our bed. That's the silver bullet, dude. They pass out. If you bring them back up to mom. I mean, you know, mommy and daddy's bed is an absolute.
I mean, that's paradise until you're like, till you're too old.
True.
Till you're like 5'10". Till you're like 6 feet tall. You're big.
Till you're as tall as me.
Till you're big, you're getting in that bed.
You got to walk under. You're too tall for this
Think
ride.
of having me as I was a big fucking kid, dude.
Oh, man.
I was big.
Just thrashing around.
Just being like 150 pounds, being like, can I get in your bed? It's like, God.
That's
damn
what my
it.
dad claims about Billy. Billy was going in there. My dad claims that the day he felt Billy's stubble hit his, he was like, dude, get the fuck out. But dude,
Yeah, you gonna put smart on Billy?
That's my dad's story. There was a long line for mommy and daddy's bedroom.
Yeah.
But Billy was like towards the tail end of the family, so he got a nice tour in the bed. That was my dad's story. He felt the stubble. He's like, all right, bro, enough.
Yeah, it's time.
He smelled Billy's coffee breath. He's like, enough, dude. We were all terrified of the dark.
Why?
I don't know. I'm like not terrified anymore as much, but Billy was terrified of the dark. I was terrified of the dark. Told you,
the dark's scary.
I used to wake up in the middle of the night and just go around and systematically wake the rest of my family up and run back into bed. Because if I didn't mind the dark so much, I didn't like being the only one awake. If I was awake and no one else was awake, I was like, nah, this isn't
You were
right.
a menace.
I would wake. I would
You're a nightcrawler. You would go room to just
room to room. Just fucking. I would
Yes.
throw stuff at people and they'd be like, huh? And I'd run back to my bed and be like, and I would fall asleep.
That's fun.
Just karma now that I'm experiencing. But dude, I walked yesterday morning. I walked down like nice 5 a.m. coming up to our bed. Let's go to bed. I felt her diaper. I'm like, oh, you got a dry diaper because we're potty training her. So I'm like, nice. She didn't pee her diaper. So I'm like, let's pop this down, take a pee on the potty. We'll go back upstairs. I go to pull her pull up down, and my thumb just fully submerges in shit, just all the way down. And I'm in a dark because you don't want to turn on lights. So I'm in a dark room, and the only sense telling me my thumbs and shit is my touch, and I just go. You feel almost like the granules. You feel almost like on a grainy level.
Yeah.
Just on my thumb. And then it's like, it's a full.
Is it always a fucking slop pile? Do babies ever take like a decent dry log?
Once they turn
They
two.
would drop logs.
Yes, they start doing
Like dog shits.
They start doing logs that protrude out of their pants. It's so funny. Because you're like, we were on the playground the other day. I was like, are you shit? Because they'll like get real weird.
Yeah.
They'll slink. She slunk off and I'm like, are you going poop? And she was like,
No.
they always go, no, and then it was just a literally Pinocchio nose sticking out of her butt. I'm
They're
like,
lie, dude.
come on, it's just a lie.
Kids love denying turds.
Oh, big time.
My nephew will go. He likes to shit in other rooms,
Really?
so he'll sneak off to another room and just shit his pants, and then come back in,
Like, what's up?
and everyone will be like, "What did you just do?"
Nothing, man.
Nothing. I was just over there.
Just chilling.
I wanted to check out that room. I wanted to see what was going on in the dining room. I wanted to stand under the table in the dining room
Just see what's up.
and just stand.
I don't know why the
stand
plates.
shit.
Oh, dude, just stand just a little bit of torque action on the
Get
belly.
the core. Engage the core.
It's-
Crap.
Dude, their eyes just fucking go.
Yeah, they go fart eyes.
It's
Dude.
crazy.
It's the same face you always make. Your face, dude. All of your attention's at your ass.
It's so funny thinking they can hide it as a little kid, just being like, all right, I'm going to dip out real quick. I
Yeah.
don't feel like having them pull my pants down and wipe my ass right now. I'm going to shit, keep it cool. No one's going to know.
Have you been? I'm gonna pull this off. I'm about 0 for 1,000 on this. Today's the day I pull it off and no one notices. I'd like to neglect kids if I had a kid.
Yeah, that's
I'd leave them on the floor.
I was talking to my chiropractor. I'm like, dude, it's two paths. You just fucking.
You're just chatting with your chiropractor.
Yeah, I was chatting with my chiropractor. We're talking. He grew up on a resort town at the beach. Like, so he grew up doing beach
So I
resorts.
become a chiropractor.
Yeah, and he was saying, putting smut on chiropractic places.
Yeah, that shit's fake, bro.
What are you talking about, dude?
I have no idea.
You should read the binder in his office.
I will.
It's just a lot of good facts. There's a binder. You walk in, you flip through. It's like, did you know chiropractic works very well? And you're like, yeah, I thought so.
Do you know this shit's not fake? That's always a nice sign when you enter an office. Be like, yo, this is real.
Dude, I'm telling you, it works. I got to just. They have
I
beef.
believe you.
They have beef with PTs. PTs and chiropractors are fucking
Yeah, they trash each other while they're working.
very oppy between PTs.
The
and
ops are
chiropractors.
outside. It's getting oppy outside. I just checked the weather.
But no, he was talking about the dangers of when your job is nothing but fun and games. So he knew
Yeah,
everyone
there's
he
some
knew.
dangers.
That's what he was talking about. And I was saying how, yeah, when you have kids, especially doing like, you're a fucking legendary podcaster. I was like, it's
Yeah.
all fun and games.
When you become a broadcasting legend the way you have, it's all fun and games. It's fun time. It's time to dick off with my friends.
It's fun and games. And it's like, I was like, dude, you have to go. Do I keep, because he was talking about his daughter who's like 28. And he was like, yeah, man.
28.
Or I guess 28, but she was like the age where women start to kind of want a family, his words, but they're still getting hammered all the time.
Yeah.
Now he's like, that's a tough time. He's like, you keep the party going, you have a family. I'm like, got to pick one or the other, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, or you have a family and keep the party
Or
going.
you keep the party going and then you end up with some party animals.
Yeah.
Then you give birth to some true party animals.
That's life at the party.
That's exactly. They end up on K&A
I was
pretty
telling,
quick.
oh, dude, for
Those
sure.
are party animals.
Big time.
Holy shit.
Animal. That's an animal for the
Yeah.
Muppets, dude. Yeah,
You've been
dude.
watching the Muppets?
Yeah, Muppet Babies.
Yeah.
Watching Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies sucks.
Fucking, what?
Muppets rules, dude.
Dude, Muppet Babies.
I remember being a kid and being like, dude, get rid of this childish shit. I need the real shit. I need the Muppets, dude.
Not a Muppet
I'm
Baby.
not a fucking baby. Why are we watching baby
Muppet Babies
shit?
fucking rules. Dude.
It'd be funny to be a cynical kid.
Miss Nanny?
To be like, what the fuck is this?
Dude,
Turn this off.
you say that, dude.
Put on
Fozzie's
Paw Patrol.
Fozzie's funny joke show. It's every time I watch him try to do his funny joke show and everyone fucking interrupts him. I'm like, dude, I know, dude.
Oh, I get it.
I know, dude. He works so hard on his funny joke show.
I tried to do a funny joke show podcast the other day with a bunch of comedians on Bert's bus.
Really?
That was a funny joke show.
What happened?
Couldn't get a goddamn word in, dude.
Oh, really?
Everybody's a funny guy.
You gotta step off to yourself, and Miss Nanny
I
will come
left.
and be like, "What's the
I
matter?"
left.
You're like,
I
Miss
left.
Nanny, I worked really hard on my funny joke show.
I did. I left the mic. I
Did you
stood
really?
up.
You're like,
I
I'm
started
done.
chirping off mic. I said, you guys stink. This podcast sucks.
They jumped all down your ass.
They were in my fucking ass. No, I was being a grump, dude.
Really?
It was the last show of the tour, so it was 2 nights ago. And it got canceled due to a thunderstorm in Mississippi.
What?
Yeah. And it looked like it was going to be the best one. It looked really cool. It's like this amphitheater
Damn, that sucks.
in Mississippi.
No rain. I guess you can't have a rain delay.
Yeah. Well, we tried to do a rain delay, which really sucks because people just waited in their cars for like 2 hours.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Was the full refund? Partial?
I don't know. I don't want to speak on that.
True.
It ain't my money.
Hey, you shouldn't be talking about. I
I
shouldn't be thinking.
look,
I shouldn't
I
be
try
thinking
not to
about
speak on
doing
other
that.
people's business, man.
True.
You ain't sold out a show unless you sold out of Mississippi. All right.
Yeah, especially a drive-in. Like, is that a drive-in setup or is it like outdoor theater
It's
setting?
just an amphitheater. Yeah, it was an outdoor, like a concert.
Jesus Christ.
It was fucking nuts, dude. Doing baseball fields and shit.
It's insane.
And then we would go hit balls afterwards on the field.
That's sick as fuck.
Dude, first
I
swing
saw
I
you
took.
smoke one,
I
dude.
smoked. By the end of the tour, I got my swing back. But
You're a slugger?
good God, the first swing I took was insane.
Really?
When was the last time you've tried to hit a baseball?
I don't think
20
I've ever been
years?
successful. Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's hard as fuck.
It's really
What-
embarrassing.
were they throwing you a meatball down the middle or were they
Yeah,
fucking...
but still, the first swing I took was on a tee in a batting cage.
Yeah,
Missed,
that's-
hurt my back. I was like,
dude,
you don't know how to swing.
I fucking hurt my ankle walking laundry up the
I
steps
mean-
the other day. Dude, I try to clinch it. I try to get my hawk. Do you ever use your hawk claw? Like to grab something with your foot?
Yeah.
I engage my
It's been a long time since I've attempted that. But actually, what am I talking about? I do it right there where you're sitting. I'll be gaming and be like, I need this.
Dude, I seized an ankle sock with my talons the other
Oh,
day.
you like that movement? Yeah. Hold on, let me show you this cut again, dude.
Let me see that cut. Oh my god,
Yeah, the
dude!
crack of the bat, dude.
Sound like a car accident.
Somebody.
Jesus, dude.
That's the crack of the bat, dude. It's not a big deal.
That's a big fucking deal.
It's not a big deal. A lot of guys don't have a cut like that.
You hit it right on the meat of the bat,
It's
too.
Hambino time, dude.
Dude, I was walking laundry up my steps. I tried to
Pick up a sock.
an ankle sock with my
Yes.
talons, securing my talons. I have because I fell out of a basket. I'm like, I'm not putting the basket
Yes.
down. I'm going to secure this. So I try to walk up the steps with one eagle
Oh,
foot.
wow.
Dude, I took one step on my eagle foot.
Yeah, it
I
probably
fucking
hurt like fuck.
tweaked the fuck out. My ankle still hurts. I
Definitely.
tweaked my ankle.
Yeah, you can't walk like that.
I didn't know that.
You can't take any missteps anymore.
I should
dude.
have. I didn't know that eagle feet are meant to fly. I tried to walk on an eagle. Dude, I tried to walk. I was like, dude, I am easily the best ever. I have an ankle sock in my foot. Wait till because I was going to go to right downstairs.
undeniable.
I was going to go downstairs like Brittany. I just carried an ankle sock in my eagle talon. That's crazy.
Man,
Most
she
people
would
have
have
to pick it
got
up.
wet. sorry.
No, it's exactly what I was
Nothing
thinking.
like sexual, dude. Nothing
Exactly
sexually
what I was
charges
thinking.
women like
That
that.
was exactly what I was thinking.
She'd be like, babe, I just carried something with my foot. She'd be like,
Oh my
holy
God.
shit, I married him. I married the guy. How did I get so lucky?
I was on the steps and went, ah, fuck, shut, motherfucker. She's like, what's the matter? And I was like, nothing. And I was like, I don't want to talk about this right now. And if I
can't.
6 hours later, I was like, you know how I hurt my ankle? I was like, I thought I could carry an ankle sock in my foot the whole way up to the third floor steps.
Did she respect the effort?
She just went, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
just
Good for
went,
her.
Jesus. She was so horny at that point, dude. She was like, Jesus Christ. That's like hearing a dude was like under fire in the war.
You're basically.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, it's like, how did you go through
fucking
that?
hot.
How'd you go through that?
How'd you do that?
How do you sleep at night?
And I just kept it to myself. I kept my fucking low
Trauma.
level ankle pain to myself. Dude, there's a certain way if I move my ankle, I swear to God, it fucking hurts. It's a certain step. But yeah, it's probably like an L4.
Yeah, L4,
My
L5.
L4, my L4 probably.
I was probably thinking L4s. Sounds
So you're
like it.
cracking fucking hardballs.
Yeah, it was fucking nice. Although I got my hand, I got all blistered up.
You show those to Bay?
Oh, I haven't seen her. When she gets home, I'll say this. These are working hands, bitch. It's just a little blister I got from hitting home runs.
I mean,
Not
dude,
a big deal.
that would have been probably 400 feet. Judging
one?
the velocity on that ball, that could have went over the
No,
green
that was
monster.
just a line drive to second.
That
But
was
don't
Green
get me wrong,
Monster.
there were some cracks straight into the air.
The green
There's some-
monster. You think the green monster could have been
I could
made?
have scaled the green.
I think so.
No, I kind of hit towards the right.
Do you
Honestly.
really?
Yeah.
That's smart though.
Lefty.
You've trained your hit to go
Yeah.
away from the green.
Yeah, well,
who
just
wants
in
to
case, just in case I'm at Fenway.
Yeah, you don't want to go.
Just in case they call me up. And they're like, we need you at Fenway.
Do dudes still get called up from the minor leagues?
Yeah, that's how they all get.
Damn, dude.
That's how they all get to the league.
Really, the
Yeah,
minors?
Yeah. We went to one of the batting cages at one of the fields, and they were just throwing 70. The thing was at like 70 or 80 miles an hour.
Yikes.
It's so fucking
That's
fast.
terrible.
You can't. And they're like, that's 70.
Dude.
I can't even imagine standing there for 100.
No, dude.
It's you can't even see it. You can't see. I don't know. Whatever. This isn't really exciting stuff.
That's except we're talking
Talking
America's
about a 70
pastime.
mile an hour batting cage,
No,
and
we're
it's scary.
It's
dude.
scary as fuck. You're talking
Yeah.
100-mile-per-hour balls, not being able to see them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see him.
That's America's favorite pastime, dude. We know
There's
what
a
we're doing.
reason
We're
it's the
keyed in.
pastime.
We're keyed in right
Yeah,
now.
there's a reason it's the pastime.
That's not true anymore, right?
America's pastime.
Pretty sure it's the cell phone.
It's the cell
Pretty
phone.
sure it's the internet now.
That's the
I
America's
think
pastime
baseball-
is the cell phone.
Yeah, I think the cell phone. I think baseball's done.
It's still white
Although
guys'
you might,
pastime.
you might bring it back.
Baseball.
Yeah, cracking the bat like that
Me and Hispanics love baseball.
for sure.
Baseball.
Baseball.
I do like Hispanics, so that's good.
Yeah, they're great.
I love guys coming up from.
On behalf
fucking-
of all Hispanics, I'm gonna say fuck BET, dude.
Yeah, sorry, Hispanics. You guys have been left in the dark for too long to BT.
Fuck BET.
Wow, we're really
dude.
hitting the fucking rut. What else is going on?
I got a ton of stuff to talk about, dude. A guy in Philadelphia just got his skull fractured by a group of teenagers. Jumped him. What would you do, dude?
If
Four
group of-
13-year-olds come up to try to fuck you up.
First off, unlike these guys who are afraid to be racist, I'm on guard when I see those. I walk by like this. I'm prepared, dude.
You're fully locked in.
I literally,
You're
keep my feet square and walk past them like that. What else could you do? Think I'm gonna get knocked out?
Dude, he got his skull fractured. They had to take. Didn't they take a piece of his skull out? It was around. Where the hell were you, dude? That was in your fucking neck of the woods. You and your buddies should get together.
You and your buddies should form a, I don't know,
I will.
mob.
That's
We'll be
neighborhood watch.
a cool group of
All right,
guys.
that's
We're
not
just
funny.
That's not
protecting
funny.
That's
others.
not funny.
That's
That's
a-
not funny. Sorry. You do need to form a vigilante squad with
Yeah,
other
no,
like-minded
absolutely.
individuals.
Absolutely. We're going to protect the streets. We're going to clean them up.
Well, first of all, I will say it's kind of on. This is victim blaming, but I'll be damned if a group of 13-year-olds can whoop my fucking ass. 4 13-year-olds, 16-year-olds.
If you're walking, dude,
Depends on how hard I've been training.
if you're walking down the street, you've been getting crushed with CNN, MSNBC. You're like, I'm not going to even worry about
That's
this.
what
I'm
happened
gonna
to this.
walk with my hands straight down and have a nice dirt.
Hey guys,
Look at this. I'm doing well right now. I'm not worried at all.
dude. Just got crushed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to hear another old white guy complaint?
What?
When did shoplifting become totally okay? When the fuck? Every time I go into, dude, I'm mad. I went into Dwayne Reed today. Fucking pistachios are behind a locked case.
Oh, dude,
Everything's locked.
it's annoying.
You got to fucking hit a button and have some guy walk down and be like,
pistachios.
could I get a fungal cream?
Yeah, the fungal cream. I can see keeping
You got to
that.
lock that up, dude.
Yeah, that's life-saving technology. Pistachios is like, bro,
Whatever you're getting, you got
let
to
them
fucking
go.
ring a buzzer and have somebody who doesn't want to be there slowly get to you. It takes like 10 minutes to get deodorant.
Yeah, well, the fucking Dems won't release
Because
information on
Dems
how much
won't-
shoplifting is going. They won't release information. I think someone complained about that. That was a breeze of Fox News that entered my ear. I walked in
Yeah.
my parents' house. It was like they were demanding the numbers from like CVS or one of these pharmacies that had been like super whatever politically on whatever like the left side of like we support blah blah blah, and they're like, give us your numbers on loss prevention. How much have you guys lost to shoplifting? And they were like, that's none of your fucking
Yeah.
business, bro. That's none of your fucking
They're like, don't
business.
worry about it.
We
It's
don't
like,
care.
well, why?
We
What
don't
are we
even
doing?
care,
What
dude.
are we doing?
Yeah, that's a funny complaint, dude. You should take that to the streets into CVS. But do you guys even give a fuck anymore?
I don't understand what's happening.
I know what's happening. Everyone's fucking terrified of becoming perceived as racist.
Yeah, but isn't it even more racist to just lock everything? I'd like.
Yeah. However,
shouldn't you arrest people?
That's
that
what you
steal
do.
Things?
You go out on a commercial and you say, "Here at fucking Walgreens, we support blah 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 blah," and then you just fucking lock everything.
And then you say, "Yeah, you guys aren't getting our shit."
Yeah, you just fucking lock it.
Good luck trying to steal our shit.
That's the game. Good luck, you fucking idiots.
Yeah. What a time, dude. What a sad time. Also, isn't the housing market and everything about to crash, like, coming up?
They say that all the time. It'll dip. What I've heard is the population dip's going to really dip the housing market, but not for like 40, 50 years.
Oh, well, I don't give a fuck
so
about
the baby
that.
boomers are going to drop off, and then there's going to be so many houses available for sale.
Well, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be
and
fun.
Dude, let's say something, too. If these were roving groups of young white kids, I'd feel just the same. I'd beat their fucking ass, dude.
Oh, sure. But
I'd beat
I'll
their
tell
ass
you what,
harder.
there might be a little publicity about it.
What? If there was groups of white
Roving
kids.
gangs of white kids just socking elderly black people.
Oh, for
I
sure.
bet you that might make the news.
I think so.
Wouldn't it?
I tend to think so.
Wouldn't it make the news?
I tend to think so.
Why are we locking shit up at CVS? Fuck BT. What the fuck is going on, dude?
Oh my god! Yeah,
I've had it up to here. I'm fed up.
I'm fucking
I
completely.
just spent
fed.
2 weeks in the South. I'm back. I'm bringing my country sensibilities back to the city.
You're fighting for the soul of your country.
Yes.
You're fighting for the soul of your country, dude.
Come on, man. What the hell are we doing? You
Yeah,
know what?
man.
You know what is funny?
What?
The South is so much. I've said it before, but the South is so much more. What's the word here? Not. It's just less segregated.
Yeah.
Like the North is way more segregated. Like the South seems everybody's.
Really?
Yeah.
Chicago might be the most segregated city in the world. So the
Chicago's
South
bad.
is less segregated.
Yeah. To me, I could be wrong, but that's what I've noticed. Seems like everybody gets along a little more and is talking to each other a little more.
Yeah.
Up north, you don't say a word.
Interesting.
It's
Well,
weird.
down south, I've noticed the black dudes down south dress like we talked about this before. They wear like farmer clothes. A lot of the old black
Sometimes.
dudes down south wear.
Sometimes they just dress like a fucking Newport and and their car is covered in a Newport wrap. Sometimes with like 48-inch rims. Those are the best dudes on earth.
True.
Wearing literally dressed like a full SpongeBob fucking sweatsuit.
You were saying with all their racing sponsors,
Well, yeah. I don't know exactly what I was going for.
dress like a Newport.
You ever see the Newports? They look sick, dude.
They do. They do.
White guys need to start doing that with Skull.
Why
Just get a
would
Skull
why
wrap
wouldn't we?
on your fucking Crown Vic.
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's time for us to take it back.
It's time for white dudes to take it up to the next level. We're on some bullshit, dude, for NFTs and nonsense.
We do need to stop worrying about NFTs.
Yeah,
and
dude,
we
we
all
gotta
need
worry
to.
about
Somebody needs to start guarding Dwayne Reed's.
No, white dudes got to focus on their drip, and we got to come up with our own form of drip, dude. We might need a for us
We're
by
pretty
us.
dripped up, dude.
No, we
Look
need
at
a
the whole squad right now.
true.
Everyone in here is rocking gym shorts.
I got my blue khakis
You
on.
got blue khakis. That's very nice.
Blue
dude.
and
You look
gray.
like a
That's-
nice.
this is a
yeah.
fucking crazy color coordination, dude.
Yeah. Everybody's wearing buck hunters and bass shit.
It's pretty fucked up
I'm
when
on
you
my
think about.
baseball jersey drip still, dude.
That's pretty nasty.
It is the summer of baseball jerseys for me.
It's all baseball, dude. Nasty as hell, dude. I read a story you're gonna like a lot. It's about a psychic spy for he worked for what's the intelligence agency for the INSCOM MSC. Get the fucking no, it's not it. You know any agents, any of the letter alphabet?
You don't know
agencies?
any of the alphabet letters.
INSCOM. What the fuck do you know
Sorry.
about INSCOM, Sean?
Nothing, but I'd like to learn.
Thank you.
So when did
I
you
was trying
start?
to. I was trying to think like, what the fuck does it stand for? What does it stand for? What does it stand for?
Why is what's your problem?
No problem.
You've been a big shot. I haven't seen you very much.
I know, I miss you, man.
So you've been big shotting around, I see.
Absolutely not.
Sean's
No,
been flashing.
no, no.
Sean's been flashing the plugs money, dude.
Really?
Flashing the plugs money, dude.
What's he been up to?
He's flashing the plugs money. That's all.
I'm laying
The
low.
plug leaves town to go re-up, dude. You go with the plug money. You got like 4 G's on it. You go flash the plugs money. Like, yeah. Plug comes back. Where the fuck's my money
Where's
at?
my
You're
money,
like,
dude?
Man, come on, man.
I delivered when I
You've
got
been
here.
fucking
You've
around.
been flashing the plugs money, bro.
How's it been? How's stand up been going? You've been killing it.
It's been okay.
Yeah, you've been killing it. Don't be fucking humble.
Not really, honestly.
All right, tell me about Inscom.
So the dude's name is, I think it's Joseph McMonigal. Joseph McMonigal. Yeah, Joseph McMonigal. He had the worst fucking life. This childhood, he grew up in the projects of Miami. Trick Daddy, Mom and Dade.
Oh, nice.
Vanilla Ice. He grew up in the projects of Miami in like the 50s, dude.
Ooh.
And it fucking stunk, dude. He was just had a sad life. His dad was an absolute alcoholic. His mom was like a smart lady who just fucked up and married this dude and then just gave up and started drinking. And pretty sick. But he was so tortured as a young child that he would hallucinate a young rabbit coming into his bed to comfort him at night. So he would like lay his sister, like they would talk, like she heard voices and he was like, nah, all I have is like sometimes a little bunny creeps into my bed and just like comforts me. Because his neighborhood was so fucked up. He had like gang members. He was just like, it was like
Sometimes I
gangs.
bring a bunny into the bed
It was gangs in New York.
when I'm fumbling for my toys.
He grew up in like full gangs of New York.
Yeah.
Like a dude, I think like grabbed one of his sister's ass. So he like went and smacked him in the face with a baseball bat. The dude was fucking nuts. Oh, I think the thing that stopped him was a storm door, but like it was really funny. But long story short, traumatic childhood, terrible childhood. He's like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Gets on a fucking bus because he's like, I physically can't get out of Florida because it was like the 60s. He's like, I can't. If I try to leave, I'll just get too hungry because it's going to take me 2 days to get out if I try to hitchhike.
Yeah.
So he joins the military, gets in a bus, gets out of there, and then he's a pretty smart dude. So he goes through boot camp. His tests are really high. So eventually, intelligence, the INSCOM is like, dude, we need this guy. He's pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
So INSCOM, they draft him, but he starts doing Morse code, where he's doing like Morse code cracking. But you have to sit there and be able to, you have to memorize Morse code in like all in different languages. And he was like, it's too fucking hard. So he was ready to give up. So he just goes out one night and gets hammered. And he's a young man at this point. He's like, I'm going to show up hammered.
Oh, I know who comes.
They're going to know. They're going
Yeah.
to discover him. They're like, I'm going to get discovered. They'll send me to Vietnam. Fuck this. I don't care. He gets hammered, and all of a sudden, dude, it's limitless. It's fully limitless. He's like, he just relaxed, and he was like, oh shit, this is kind of easy. So he figured out the secret. So he
You know what's interesting about that?
what?
Getting drunk, and I could speak Spanish when I would get drunk. When I was
Really?
in Spain. Because there's no hesitation. You're not like thinking or worried about like, do I sound dumb? This is complicated.
That's what happened. He was,
Yeah, you get a little hammered. You're like, oh, I fucking know. Beep, 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 beep,
dude. That's what happened.
Suck my dick. Beep, beep.
Dude, he said there was like translating like 15 words per minute. He got up to like 60. He got
Good
hammered.
for him though, also to just be like, this test is too hard. Fuck it. Send me to Vietnam.
Yeah. And he literally figured out how to do that. So he's like, I was hammered and I like relaxed and I was like, oh, actually, if I stop like putting up such a fight, I can let the word. I'll just like just translate and not worry about if it's right or not. And he's like, dude, I got up to like I was flying.
Wow.
So he became top of his class. Got hammered, cracked the
Yes.
code, top of his class. So became an intelligence officer. Long story. There's a ton of that goes into it. But he eventually got tapped by people who were looking into remote viewing and like psychic spying. And he was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm all in.
Yeah.
So he was like top. It's called like a chief warrant officer. So I don't know what it is. He was like an officer, decorated guy. He had served in Vietnam, all that stuff. So he was like doing computer systems. They had like spent a ton of money educating this guy on how to like install like high level, high tech security systems. And these guys were like, do you want to learn how to be psychic? And he was like, yes. So
Yeah.
he was, as a high officer,
You just read my mind.
who needed to be somewhere, like they had like a very like essential role. He had to
Yeah.
go to his officer and be like, yo, I'm on a top secret mission you can't know about. And the guy knew it was like psychic shit. And he's like, bro, don't fucking, please
Yeah.
don't fucking do it. And he's like, it's for the good of this country.
Yeah.
Like if the Russians are remote viewing, we're fucked. I need to do it. And they're like, dude, you're really fucking me by doing this. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm doing what my country needs me to do. So he goes, becomes a remote viewer. And, long story short, he's apparently he said he was really good at it, but he became fat as hell, dude. He got fat as hell. He did this, and I'm leaving out so much shit.
No, that's great.
But there was like the one part before that he got divorced. He brought his wife to Germany. He brought like a 19-year-old wife to Germany, and she didn't speak the language, so she couldn't talk to anyone for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So he just had his wife sit in a house like, and then she went back to Miami
She went
Dade.
back and sucked and fucked.
She cheated on him back in Miami,
Of course she did.
but he was so fucking devastated that he,
Hoes and tricks, dude.
dude, on a military base, what he did, he was so he turned back to the bottle, started getting drunk all the time,
Yeah.
and then he started partying with girls. So he would go out to all the military women
So
and be
this
like,
guy
yo,
got fat as hell, drunk, and started partying with girls.
he would go, I'm having a banger, dude. At my house, all the other dudes are going to be there. He'd invite 9 chicks and no dudes came, and it was just him and 9 chicks.
That's
he would
fucking
tell
crazy.
Them, he would tell them, like, I'm not trying to fuck you guys. I'm deeply depressed. Can we just get drunk and play board games at my house?
Whoa.
And he would just party. But then he got
That's
the
nice.
Dude, he's this guy fucking rules.
I would love to get drunk and play board games with girls.
With the ladies, dude, and like, guys, I promise I'm not trying to
I'm
fuck
not trying
you.
to fuck you guys. My dick
So
doesn't even
depressed.
work. I'm
It's
sad,
just,
dude.
Who cares, dude? Let's just play. They would blast
Please, and then
music.
just dominate them in Scrabble. Like, that's not even a word, you stupid bitch. Get out.
He would blast music, party, and then he was like, he's like, yeah, dude, like I was waking up with strangers all around me. He was full Van Wilder mode. This guy's autobiography is so funny because he falls into all the trappings of like the way he like it's very mythical the way he projects
His
himself.
journey.
It's like, I had to go dark. The military, I was a non-person. I was a non-entity. The military, I went fully dark ops, dude. It's so
Yeah.
funny. But he's, that goes on. He's on a
He
second
liked it
marriage.
crowded inside.
Oh, dude.
He liked it crowded.
Very, dude.
There's so many things. He would just get drunk,
Too
invite the
many
things
things,
over,
dude.
make sure it was crowded, and then break out the part.
9
Break
things.
out the part cheesy.
Dude. So then, like, years flash by. He's in his second marriage. He's a remote viewer, but he's stressed as fucking hell because he was playing racquetball to stay healthy.
Nice.
Dude, he was playing racquetball. He's playing racquetball to stay healthy as a psychic for the dude. They're constantly trying to shut this operation down, but he's like they wouldn't let him do it. So he's playing racquetball to stay fit because the job's stressful as hell. Because all the alphabet agencies are asking for intelligence. So him and his boys are playing combat racquetball, where it's like as soon as the person hits the ball, it's 3 people, becomes 2-on-1. So like he hits the ball and the other 2 are trying to score on you, and then it just keeps going back and forth. But you were allowed to check people into the boards. These were like 35-year-old dudes playing racquetball, checking each other, basically playing. What's the game in like 21 in basketball? Where like roughhouse, playing racquetball. But he was like, dude, I had a blazing backhand. He said a direct quote from the book. He's like, my backhand was a metallic blur of blue steel, of just fucking, just
This guy sucks.
so fast. No, dude, McGonagall fucking rules. So the reason he got fat, he was playing combat racquetball. And he went to hit a backhand. He hit a dude right in the eye. The guy's eye bled. He goes, I thought I killed him. Turns out he was just fine. But he's like, my wrist had rotated 2 degrees, he would have had like surgery on his face.
Oh,
My backhand was
His
so
backhand
fast.
was too fast.
Turned out it was just a bad cut. But he's like, dude, I'm pretty sure.
Still.
I thought he died.
Bad cut's pretty good though. Still.
Bad cut. So he goes, you know what? No more exercise for me. Gets fat as fuck. To the point where he needs like a cane to walk around and be like physically helped out of his car.
Well, if you're gonna be a psychic, it's nice to be like physically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude. So the military, because they've been his original MOS. You know what MOS is?
Yeah, of
Original
course.
MOS is trying to get this guy kicked out of the military. It's like, fuck it. He's a medical leave. We're kicking him out because he's unable to do his duties as a soldier. He's too fat.
Yeah.
So his doctor goes, dude, you're fucking out, and meaning like his pension was fucked. According to him, he was saying like, they put you on medical discharge, and then if they cure your thing you had, then you get less money. If like,
Oh, you can't cure fat, dude. If
dude,
that guy
well,
just hangs in
they
there.
were talking about his pain, so they're going to just
Okay.
pump because he was fat, and then he had slip disc from obviously a helicopter crash in Nam, dude. Whatever. He can't even talk about that. He leaves that out, but just lets you know helicopter crash, and fucked up his discs.
Fucking Halo went down.
It went down. He doesn't even want to talk. That's a whole other book, but. Dude, so he's fat as fuck. The doctors, the military is like, they have him just where they want him. They're like, this guy's fucked. We're discharging him. We're not paying him. Fuck this guy for abandoning his MOS after we trained him in computers. Like probably $200,000
Yeah.
training. So he goes, bro, he goes in the code. He goes, you guys got to give me a fucking fair shake. If I can pass the military physical examination, it's like, you guys got to fuck off and drop all this bullshit. So they're like, yeah, whatever, dude. You
Yeah,
walk with a
go for
cane.
it.
Dude, he took a day of absence, went to a private pain management doctor, and just got perked up, dude, as perked as possible, and then used the meditative techniques from the SRI Institute and Operation Sunstreak, just classified. Well, I think that's actually unclassified now. He took his meditative techniques from the remote viewing shit,
Yeah.
and just fucking ran 2 miles, did obstacle courses, and did push-ups. And he fucking passed. He passed, dude, for all the bros.
That's incredible.
He passed, and he said he fully
He
just...
must have been so tired.
Dude, so he collapsed. He passed the 2 miles. He collapsed onto the ground, and his back is just scorching agony. His leg kept acting like it was running, so one of his friends came and sat on his leg to keep it from moving. He was fully fucked up, dude.
This is wild.
He had to take 4 days off. He had to go get treated and get like his body. He was fucked up. He said his eyes were rolling in the back of his head.
Like keep a pension.
Dude, he fucking ran the second mile and just collapsed, fat as fuck, all perked up, and he had dog legs. Still, his one leg was still moving like a dead bug. And his friend held his leg down, and then he was able to like continue on his business.
Nice.
Dude, it's so nice. And then he divorced, and then he shortly after divorced his second wife, dude.
What?
And his son was like, "Yo, Dad, can I live with you?" And he's like, "Things are too treacherous right now, dude. No." So he also had a son that was kind of in the wind. He popped up on his son, saw that his stepfather and him had a loving relationship, and he was like, "I don't want to complicate things. Let me get back to remote viewing." And then was just like, "Damn, these Russian submarines are fucking huge, dude. You guys know about these things?" Dude, you were saying he claims to have seen I don't know what they're called, but there are Russian submarines that are like a football field long.
Yeah.
With like nuclear warheads. He was like, "Dude, I saw these big tubes of metal," and they were like, "Damn, this is some sort of like marine, like Russian Navy thing."
Sure.
And they were like, "Shut up." And he would give reports, and they'd be like, "Shut up, dude. Fucking
Yeah, obviously, shut up.
Get the
Some
fuck
fucking
outta
dumb
here.
fat guy with a cane walks in and is like, I can see the Russian submarines. Be like, why? How is this guy here?
Dude, it was a whole branch of the military. There was a whole
No,
branch.
I know. They tried.
Oh yeah, they went for it. And then they said in 1995 the CIA dug up all the reports.
Yeah.
And they're still, I guess they
Like
were
the men who stare at goats type shit.
Yeah, that was all from, oh God, what's the name? There was a general who took it too far. So this guy claims remote viewing's legit, but
It's
then
not.
guys got too far
But
out.
it's not, though.
This guy claims to have done live demonstrations for, I forget how many people, where he helped garner information to find missing children. And he said he found, like, it was in Japan. He said he found 50
Holy
of the
shit, that must have blown their minds.
Bro. Crazy. But he says, he goes, at best, he is 60 to 70%. He can get good information on stuff. But the military was saying it's more of like using those things to help people problem solve in an out of the box way. So they were like, can we just conjure up stuff about like, what's this? Where's this? But they said they had files where it'd be like, they'd put a manila envelope with a picture of a building the guy's never seen, and that was blind to the person doing the thing.
Yeah.
And they'd have to sit and sketch things, and afterwards they'd both open it and be like, what the fuck? But, obviously, you could be like, squares. I see a square. And
Yeah.
It's like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, but the military, it was so funny because people would be like, dude, his
Just hold
officers,
my fucking mouth. Literally.
his officers would be like, dude, please, we beg you to come back and run our computers for us and stop fucking being a psychic. And he'd be like, my country needs me, brother. They're like, dude,
I would keep the psychic job. I'd be like, this shit's sick, dude. All I have to do is lie to people
it
constantly.
was kind of goat, dude. It was kind of goat, dude. He would sit there all day, but he said they got slammed. He said they were getting crushed with reports. Like they were like, the FBI wanted to actually, like everyone is like, what's up? We need this. We need this. He claims to have things saying that he gave credible information, like the FBI, CIA, and all that
Try
stuff.
one. They're good. It's good nicotine.
So he claims a lot of the reports got burnt and shredded.
Yeah.
He put in a retirement as a psychic. He put in his retirement, his 2 weeks in, and his general shredded it. So he went to check. He's like, yo, what's up with my retirement notice? And they're like, oh yeah, they said that you said you didn't want to retire anymore. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, the guy's like, I shredded it. He's like, I did not tell you to shred it. He's like, oh, the general said we could change your mind.
Whoa.
So he claims that I think it was General Stubblebeim. That was
That motherfucker.
That was the head general being like, hold on. That was the guy who was doing the bending spoon parties and took it to like the really weird paranormal stuff. But he was saying, you close your eyes and you learn how to remote view. And he was like, who's the name of there was a top guy at the Stanford Research Institute, Ego Swami or something. That was a guy who claimed he could train anyone without psychic capability to learn how to remote view by double blind procedures. Pretty tight. But I haven't finished the book yet.
Yeah.
So there was that guy talking about being so fat and getting perked up, and
That's
Sorry, I could. That
That's
made me
really
that
fun.
pumped me up so hard.
It should pump you up. That's
That's
as fun as it gets. Lying to women, saying there's a party, and just having them play board games with you.
Yeah, because you're sad.
It really is a fucking cool move.
It's tight.
This guy was a genius, obviously.
He was.
You have to
dude.
be a fucking complete psycho to do that. You have to be a fucking psycho.
He was just blasting probably like Def Leppard.
But it worked.
For
right?
sure.
Would like all it takes is 3 to stay. Now
Oh,
you got
yeah.
a board game going.
Party, dude.
Now you got all sides of this board.
Party, dude. These are military. These are lonely ladies too, dude.
Oh, military wives?
These are military. These are military women, like enlisted military women.
Oh, so just lesbians. They're pumped on boards games.
For sure.
Shoots and ladders. Let's go.
Playing family, playing life.
I got one last night that was funny.
What'd you get?
I just bought a dumb book.
What'd you
I
get?
finished my Lafayette book. I didn't know what it was. I
started reading that. That
I
was
forgot
pretty-
who
that's
Douglas
good.
Murray was.
The gay guy.
No, Douglas Murray, the guy who's like Jews are the smartest. He did like the IQ race thing.
Oh,
I forgot about it. I used a credit on my amateur.
isn't Douglas Murray the gay guy?
Wasn't
who-
Douglas Murray the guy who?
No, it's, Douglas
look
Murray's
that
the
up.
gay guy the gay conservative dude who's like,
Oh well, then
actually.
oh,
But
well,
no,
then, yes,
there's
that's
another
who
guy.
I'm thinking of.
Who's the guy who does the
Maybe
racial IQ?
Charles.
Charles Murray.
Yeah, I got
That's it.
Douglas Murray's book, so I got the wrong guy. But this book's called The War on the West.
You thought you were gonna learn about some
I
IQ.
thought I was learning about the Wild West. I was like half asleep last night. Finished Lafayette. I just bought it. It starts out. It's like, why the fuck's everyone mad about the West, dude? No one cares about China. That's kind of racist. Like it's literally just that.
Douglas
so
Murray.
I went to sleep listening to Douglas Murray. Woke up, went to Dwayne Reed. I was like, they gotta stop stealing pistachios. Now I'm finding out about a gang of kids knocking out an old white guy.
I think he was
sending
old.
him to
How
hell.
old was he?
He was like 30. He had a little baby and wife.
He had a
He
baby
should
and
be
wife.
in
He had a
He
baby
should
and
be
wife.
able
He
to
was
take
walking to a concert. He was walking from Old Fairmount to Union
Well,
Transfer.
That's what happens. You go. You think
I
it's
don't know.
party time. You think it's time to listen to music and have fun outside. Next thing you know, you got your brain knocked off.
Damn
Is that
shame.
guy dead?
No, he's in very critical condition
He lives.
currently.
He lives.
He has they said that he's gonna have like lifelong like brain problems and stuff.
Fuck,
now.
that sucks, dude.
Whoa, that's the worst thing ever.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, think how fucking angry you'd be if you
Dude.
found out, like, just your old man. If Phil was just walking down the street and got fucking knockout gamed, it'd be so sad. It's so sad to watch old people fall when they get knockout gamed.
Yeah, but that would be that's terrible.
It's
But
the
if
worst thing in the world.
he could have kept his
That's not the worst,
all he
but-
had to do was they came up and be like, "You good?" If he hit him with a "You good," they would be like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
you good?" You got to hit that from like 5 feet away. You good?
Just for the listener, don't try that at home.
You good?
Don't give that a shot.
Or not right now.
Say, hold on, not right now. I'm busy.
Not right now, dudes. Yo, you good?
I'm busy.
What you got to do? You got to fucking. Yo, dude. You guys fucking good? You guys want a
So
piece
you're
of me?
saying if you're all right, let's say you're the
You got a
average
mad dog, dude.
You're the average listener of this podcast. You're
Yeah.
a 30-something lonely white guy.
Yes.
You're walking down the street. You see a gang of teens.
Whatever
I
color
don't mean to
doesn't
say
matter.
gang, but
Whatever.
a group of
No,
teens.
whatever color doesn't matter. Could be white kids. Could be white kids. Could be in Kensington
A
Avenue,
group
dude.
of white teens.
Could be on K and
And
A.
they're chirping.
Chirping
And
at
you're
you.
walking up. They're laughing. They're pushing each other. One of them goes, taps his, but you see him tap his buddy and he goes, hey, watch this.
Yep.
That's when you're saying you need to go, are we good here?
Yeah.
You need to roll the dice and say, you need to get ahead of the knockout game.
You gotta go mad dog. Full mad dog.
Yeah, you go, are we good?
Dude, I've simulated. I'm like, dude, if a group of teenagers, 4 13-year-olds attacked me, I know I'm not bragging, dude. I'm not bragging. I know I would not be in the ICU. I'm not bragging. 13-year-olds,
That's a
dude.
strong statement, dude.
13-year-olds.
You're saying they throw the first sucker punch?
There would be no sucker punch, bro. I got spider eyes, dude.
All right.
I'm
I'll give you
360.
that.
I'm
I'll give you
360
that.
degrees. That's what I'm saying. That's the first
I've
mistake.
tried to sneak up on you. You're pretty good.
I got spider eyes, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the first mistake, man. The sucker punch is the first mistake.
Now they're in your web.
Exactly. That's what
Now
I'm
you're
saying. That's
fucking.
what I'm
I've been
saying.
waiting for you, little flies.
I mean, dude, you could. I get anyone could get snugged on, but dude, it's like you can't allow yourself to get snugged up like that.
God,
I mean, everyone is headphoned to the gills right now. Everyone's in a music
I'd
video
get
right now.
fucking laid out, dude.
You think so?
Yeah,
Nah, they're not gonna get you.
yeah.
Telling you, they're not gonna. You're not on the chopping block, dude.
That'd be sick to survive it though. Just take one and be like, "Why would you hit me?" And just attack them. Have the teens scatter and just.
I saw a group of teens yesterday. I was cutting through. I forget where I was, but there was a group. Literally, there was a group of 4 teens. And there was an old guy came out, like visibly fucked up, dude. And one of them just launched a basketball at the back of his head. Just went bop. It was like they were little kids. They were probably
Yeah.
like 10 years, 11 years
That's
old.
fun though.
The guy just stops and goes, turns around. They just all left. They ran away, and then he just started talking to a guy like nothing ever happened. Just got bopped in the back of the head.
That's pretty funny.
It was pretty funny.
That's really funny.
That's-
See, that's fun.
Also, though, you have to admit, like, so if you grew up in the hood and you like lived on a college campus and you just saw like you know, like the level of like, I don't want to be a dick to the guy who got hit in the head. Maybe he wasn't a gigantic white pussy, but there are gigantic white pussies that looked like they've been like.
Was this around Temple's campus?
Yeah, I think so, right?
It was a ways.
Like, again,
Down the way.
I'm not putting smut on that man. I feel bad. I think he's a product of his environment, that man who got punched in the head. Maybe of a white pussy environment. But there are a lot of dudes who look like they've been like kept in libraries for like
Yeah.
30 years and they just come out all gangly and it's like, bro, you can't be on the mean streets, dude.
Yeah, don't go to Temple.
Shit's not fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah.
So if you grew up in the hood, you see like a impossibly pussied out white dude and you're a 11, 12-year-old black kid in this instance. Obviously, it could have been white teens, obviously.
I got a feeling that.
Dude, would you not? You're putting yourself in this, like, the whole life experience, and you just see this dude, like, you might crack him in the head. I might. If I was an 11-year-old black
you know
dude.
how you sound right now?
How?
Like a fucking dem, dude.
I'm not a dem.
Hey, Matt.
I'm not a dem.
Let me stop you
'Cause
right
here-
now.
this is what I'm saying.
No, hold on. I'm trying to stop you before you keep crawling down this dem hole.
I'll tell you, I'm not a dem hole.
Maybe we should lock everything up in there. You know, maybe it's not our fault.
No. This is what I'm saying.
Dude,
I'm not being
I'm
a dem.
back.
I'm not being a dem.
I'm back.
I'm not being a dem. You know why? Because I'm talking from a big, which Dems like to talk macro perspective. But I'm going to take it to the other side of the aisle where it's like that dude needs to be fully aware. And if a group of teenagers swing on you, it's death before dishonor.
True.
And then you turn around. So I'm just saying, I get where that kid's coming from. I'm using I might have trained at SRI. I can get into that dude's headspace and be like, dude, I understand where you're coming from, young brother. But if you swing on me and attack me, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to eviscerate a 12-year-old.
Look, we need to start sending some plainclothes, white MMA dudes. Just have them patrol. Just say, hey, walk down the street.
True.
We need to start setting landmines for these knockout games. Just one day. Just get a couple. All it's going to take is two or
True.
three instances
Yeah.
where the knockout game goes terribly wrong.
Yeah. You never hear about it getting terribly wrong.
No, it's impossible to go wrong. You're sucker punching someone on a sidewalk.
Yeah, but dude, a 12-year-old
I watched a dude
man.
beat the fuck out of 3 white ladies the other day.
Really?
Out of nowhere, just
on
walking
the
down the
video.
street.
I thought you
Yeah.
said in real life. I was about to stand up and say,
Oh.
what the fuck?
I applauded, dude. I hate them. What are you guys watching? Oh, there's footage of it?
Yeah, there's footage of the guy.
Footage of the kids, but it's just this guy just like walking down the street, walking to the.
Let me see the man.
He got
Yeah, he got bonked
Let me see the
bad.
man. Again, I don't want to
Bloodied
speak
up.
ill on this man. I'm not, I feel bad.
He's like a geese.
Damn, this guy got fucked up. This
Let me
guy's
see.
like 45 years old.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's kind of a geese.
Damn. Guy got destroyed, man.
They took his car too. They took his keys and then they went around and they found his car and they took it.
Jesus.
Oh my God, there he was, bopping around. Why would they blur him out? I guess I'd blur me out
You know what's
too.
nice? They do.
Imagine me having to eat my words on this. I get put into a coma by a bunch of 12-year-olds. Like, I'd fuck them up. That sucks. Why is everything blurred? I can't.
That's crap.
That's bullshit, dude.
You know what's funny? It feels racist to even talk about it.
What?
To be like, that's bad.
It's terrible.
It's like, maybe I shouldn't say this.
I'm telling you.
Maybe we should shut up about the fact that people are just getting fucked up.
The car was, what a pointless car steal too. That was an absolute joyride. Pretty fun. I
The
drove
car
my,
part would be fun.
I drove my uncle's car. Dude, I drove my uncle's car when I was 14. It was sick.
Yeah.
Did you ever drive before you had your
Yes.
license? Dude, that
We
was
used to drive
crazy.
my buddy's
dude.
Schittler van.
Did you really?
My buddy's mom's cleaning van.
Did you really?
Yeah, we would drive it around. One day we drove it over a hit. We would just take it off road. Just drove through a field and hit a bump and literally parts fell out of the undercarriage.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Dude, it would be fun, dude. You and all your bros.
Yeah.
You see a dude, you're like, dude, I'm gonna crack this dude.
How about we pants?
Yeah, but dude, you could,
Pants. You know, the guy's
True.
got a wife and kid. You're gonna murder him for
they
the
don't have to
heck
murder
of
him.
it.
The kid's got to swing. The kid's
That guy's got
fucking-
blue steel.
The kid's got a blue flash, dude. He's probably never played again. He probably is fat now. The kid's probably fat as hell. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know I could do all that.
Yeah.
I was just playing combat fucking knockout game with my buddies.
It's good they have surveillance everywhere, though, in these cities.
Yeah.
Just surveillance cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So what? So we can monitor the
America.
fucking ass whoopings, or are we going
Well, America has more.
to shoot? Like, come on, guys. We got to stop the violence and vote.
Yeah.
Stop the violence and vote.
Well, that always dude, don't get me started on my thing. But you want to talk about old white guy takes. First of all, we have more surveillance.
There's a lot of old white guy takes
We
I'm
got-
bringing today.
We got more surveillance in China, bro. In America, but it's just through
Through our
private
phones?
entities. Ring phones, all that. No, ring doorbells, all that shit.
Yeah.
We have more cameras, I should say. They say in China.
Hmm.
But the the level and depth of the surveillance, who knows? But yeah, dude, when I hear on the radio, when there was the South Street shooting, and then it goes, "Come on, man, we got to do better. We got to do better." And then it's like, same thing. And then it's just bam, here comes the next song, and it's just literally about shooting dudes.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's an old, I know, I'm grumpy. I'm an old grumpus, but it's like, dude, clearly, that's crazy. And
Stop
it's
the
just
violence.
instantly held at the highest esteem of like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, that shit rules. And it's like, who though? Song about the murderer?
Yeah.
The vicious murderer?
Yeah.
It's like, maybe that's, I don't know.
Maybe you should cut it out.
Maybe we should be murdering. Or at least being, if you're not engaging in murder actively, which most people don't, obviously,
Obvious.
being like, yo, but that rules. It's like, oh, okay.
Although I am one of those people.
That rules.
Every time I listen to one of those songs, I'm like,
I've turned a
that
leaf.
rules.
I've turned a leaf. I don't
Yeah.
like it, man. I don't like it. I was at a barbecue the other day. People were blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, not nice, guys.
So
Not
you don't
nice.
love the Second Amendment.
What?
You don't love 2A.
Yeah, you keep them tucked, dude. It's fucking Bob. I love 2A. I keep them I keep it tucked. Keep it tucked on me.
Yo, speaking of old white guy takes,
Yeah.
anything big happened last week
What?
that maybe an old white guy would have some takes on?
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know, with the Supreme
Oh.
Court. I'm going to take a piss and let you handle this one.
I could talk about it.
I saw somebody quoted you and was like, are the good guys winning?
I know.
It made me laugh. It made me laugh.
Yeah, I actually tweeted a joke about that I thought it'd be funny, but it turned into a big argument thing below, and I just deleted it. I was like, I don't like partisan I don't like quibbling. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I had a funny joke. I thought it was a funny joke. My direct quote was, oh, what did I say? I was like, I take solace in the fact that all of the babies who are neutralized through abortion won't have to live in a world where abortion is slightly less accessible.
What was the
Fun
joke?
joke. That all the unborn dead babies that were aborted won't have to confront a world where like abortion is
Oh, I
slightly
see.
less
Yes,
accessible.
yes, yes.
I thought it was a fun play on words.
It is fun.
It was
But it
fun.
seems actually more like a real actual point.
Yeah, which pretty good, but
Seems like a pretty serious tweet.
it was. I thought it was a fun. I was like, that's a clever play. What I do on
You were
Twitter,
like,
I
you were
read.
like,
I
I
read-
am smart as hell.
Dude, I go-
Send.
This is what Twitter
Oh,
is for
no.
me. I go on Twitter and I go, why is everybody tweeting about the same thing? This is so stupid. And I just go and
Here's
slowly,
my opinion.
I'm like, "Pff, yeah, as if I'd ever weigh in on this stupid nonsense. Then my brain formulates something. And I'm like, that might be the smartest thing ever. And I
Yeah,
tweet
nobody's
it,
even said this
and
yet.
nobody likes it. And I go, God damn it, no, it's
Yeah.
not. I was like, this is going to really shake things up. And I send it, and I go, oh no, it's just another
Yeah.
stupid tweet that's going down past people's timelines.
Kavanaugh is fired up.
Cavs fired up.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't even know. I thought I knew what Roe v. Wade is. I don't even know. So it means like
It's just a federal.
saying abortion's cool federally.
Federally,
And now
every
the
state
states get
has
to
to do
decide.
it.
So the states get to decide now
Now
on
states
weed
get to decide.
and abortion. Is weed still federally? It's time, dude.
I have no idea.
It's time. Look, I don't want to turn everything into a legalizing weed issue, but
Yeah.
I think if we can, if that's a decision the
If
states
we're
can
able to
make.
just go hog wild and do whatever we want right now,
Dude, if that's a decision the states can make, I think Pennsylvania can decide whether or not I can be kind of stoned every now and again.
certainly.
Fair enough. That you'll hear that. You heard that first here, dude.
Guys, you're hearing all the best takes.
Well, yeah, dude.
That's why you listen.
I honestly, that was one of those things that was like, it's almost uncomfortable because you see the Dems winning, and you're like, come on, give the Repubs one win. They get a big win. You go,
It feels weird when the Republicans win.
Yo.
I don't think I like it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's just gay. I don't like it.
With the whole issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deeply personal issue. Well, dude, this is what makes me
Certainly
laugh
is.
every time everyone goes, because it's the whole thing now is like the state gets to decide rather than the federal government, and the federal government was like, no, they'd be like, we should let states decide, blah blah blah, so whatever. But it's funny that everyone always goes, well, you know who's going to pay for this more? The poor. This is going to affect the poor.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like, yeah, dumbass, as does everything, because
Yeah.
that's what being poor
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So
Being
does,
poor means
so
you're
does giving our
maximally-
money to Ukraine.
Yeah,
So does, locking everything down for COVID.
dude,
You want to know who got
Everything.
really fucked by locking things down?
the poor.
The poor.
That's fundamentally what being poor is.
Yeah,
Stuff
you're getting
happens in the
fucked.
world, and if you have money, you're like, I'll hire this, I'll do this, I'll have my house designed. When you're
Yeah.
poor, you go, oh fuck,
You go, it's getting oppy outside.
it's gonna not be. That's what being poor.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like top level rhetoric of like Andrew Yang came out like, well, this will affect the poor. It's like no fucking
Hey,
shit.
don't talk about my
I like
dog.
Yang. I like Yang.
I think I'm hanging out with him on Thursday.
He's the man. I'm telling you, I like him.
Isn't
But
that
I
funny?
saw him. That was the thing he went to, and it's like, bro, no doy. Everyone else was
Yeah.
saying it too. And it's like, and I say that again. I engage in totally free speech with love to all my brothers and sisters of the entire planet.
Of course.
I'm not out here trying to do barbs on one side or the other. I see something, I go, I just wield the sword of truth as far as I
Yeah.
can see it. My blazing sword of discrimination,
Sure.
the good kind of discrimination. I blaze it. I can't help it slash, dude. I saw that so many times. You know who this is going to affect, right? Oh, you can say that easily because you have money. If you were poor, it's like, yeah, dude. It would. You're saying
course.
life would suck more if I was poor? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, doy.
Go ask a poor person, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, does it like affect you when things happen? Does it think it affects you because you're poor? They're going to say, huh? 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 I can't hear you over all this noise I'm hearing in my poor neighborhood.
Yeah.
This noisy as fucking
This
hell.
shit
What are you
stinks.
asking me about? I'm stressed as fuck, huh? Roe v. Wade? Yeah, man. Yeah. Sure. Add that to the fucking pile.
Yeah. This neighborhood you guys aren't helping with at all because you think we'll be upset if you do. Yeah, it sucks.
Huh? What? You just...
You guys stopped solving crime here?
What are you saying? I want to fucking abort my children? Yeah, fucking yeah. I desperately want to do that, and I'm pissed off now because I'm poor. This is affecting me
Yeah.
more because the state gets to decide.
I will
It's like, what
say
a
though,
stupid fucking idea. Sorry. And Yang, I do like Yang.
obviously.
I like where Yang went. I talked before when Yang,
You introduced Yang.
I like Yang.
You were early on Yang.
I like the man.
the Yangatang, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking Yangatang.
He's the man, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of people go again. They're like, dude, fuck Yang, dude. He's fucking.
He's
a lot-
at least I don't know him. I don't know shit. I don't know anything about this stuff. I will say he seems to be the only one that's at least trying
He's
to be like, what's the issue? How can we talk about it?
he seems like the few people who is genuine. And we'll see. I've got fooled before, so I think a lot of these politicians are going to come out. I'm not putting smut on Yang's name, but there's a lot of younger people right now who want to see decentralization, which, by the way, is what's happening. But they want to see decentralization, and I think Yang points to a possibility of decentralization.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
found
see.
this out. I don't know. I think I've
We'll
said this
see.
before about abortion.
Don't fuck me, Yang. Don't fuck me. What'd you
You know
find out?
Mississippi's more liberal than fucking France when it comes to how
I heard
late?
that.
It's like, bro.
Really?
Although Texas is like 6 or 8 weeks, which is
That's a heartbeat. 6 or 8 weeks.
That's
is a
why
heartbeat.
that's the name of the act.
Heartbeat
Still
and a
heartbeat.
tail, but it does have a tail.
Still has a tail.
Tail.
You can kill
Heartbeat,
things
tail.
with tails.
Okay, fair enough. I'll
That's
say again,
a good argument.
and this is where I come from.
If I was in Texas to say, "Does that thing still got a tail?" They'd say, yes, Senator.
I believe it does, sir.
Senator, yes, it does still have a tail. It's like, well, then you can kill it. Am I right, y'all? They'd say, mm-hmm.
How big's his tail?
How big are we talking?
That's true.
I
And
do
then-
hate the fucking, we goof on the libs a lot.
Yeah,
Truthfully, it's because we're surrounded by libs constantly fucking
Very
being
true.
gay.
true.
The fucking or not just Southern, just the Republicans pretending to be Christian
Yeah.
and giving a fuck about abortion.
Oh, they got crushed. In
Those
the night,
dudes
yeah.
fucking suck.
That was
It
the
does
Bush.
need to be said. Those dudes are as gay as it gets.
They were the Bush era SJWs. Basically,
I watched there was a nice little debate. It wasn't great, but it was between I think Lindsey Graham and Bernie.
Yeah,
Bernie rules.
he got steamrolled by the fucking damn.
Lindsey Graham. Make sure I'm right on Lindsey Graham. Is he the one that looks like a boy? He looks like the guy from.
yeah.
Is he the one who looks like Morgan and Morgan? That fucking child-faced old dude.
yes.
God, I hate that fucking guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
the-
stinks.
Oh, there's for sure.
Like, well, you tell me. You keep talking about that.
Oh,
Blah, blah,
dude.
blah.
He seems like he should have one of those like Colonel Sanders hats on all the time, like the white paper
I'm not
hats.
racist at all. I swear to God.
I know.
I've never seen a more clearly like we should have slaves type face. That guy had him.
Dude, you can't tell me
the
he did it.
textbook had him, dude.
Big time, dude.
Southern fucking weird dork. I bet he's probably whatever. I keep trashing the South. My bad, y'all. I just spent a lot of time down there and I'm having fun.
Lindsey Graham's a Southern weird dork. It's not trashing the
Yeah,
South.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
he's probably
But I keep it including Southern as if that's an indicator.
slightly less,
But I
slightly
do-
less trustworthy. I hear a Southerner talking slick to me. I'm going, what the hell?
If I hear a Southerner
My
talking,
spider has-
your spider has. My antennas perk up and I go, this guy doesn't know shit. He's from fucking the South. Why don't you shut up, dumbass?
Does this guy hate the fucking Union, dude? The fuck?
This guy fucking.
This guy trying to bring back
Don't
every
make
time
me.
a Southerner talking, I'm like, is this guy trying to bring back slavery? What the fuck?
I say don't make me bring Sherman back down here, dude.
Oh man, they don't want
You
that.
guys, oh God, Sherman's coming. We better get out. We better hightail it, boys.
But yeah, it's tough.
What's that? Lindsey Graham.
Oh my
Kind
god,
of looks
dude.
like Brian Kelly, dude. He kind of reminds me of Notre Dame's
He
old
looks like
coach.
Trump mixed with Ellen DeGeneres.
He really does. Yeah. Look, give me his Wikipedia. Where'd that cheese dick go to school? Where'd he grow up? The Citadel?
Central South Carolina.
Oh, that's a Citadel's.
University of South Carolina. University of Central South Carolina Law.
Oh, wow. He's a gamecock through and through.
He's cock. Go Cox.
South Carolina does historically stink.
South Carolina rules, dude.
South Carolina is a state to go visit. Fucking rules.
rules.
Shout out Hilton Head.
I'm more UNC.
Shout out
I'm more
Charleston.
NC, baby.
North Carolina. I love the Carolinas.
I'm more
dude.
of a Tar Heel myself.
I go to
I must say
Carolina in
so.
my mind. I go to Carolina in my mind
Yeah.
a lot. Anytime my girlfriend starts fucking chirping, I say, "Gone to Carolina." I'd start going to the beach. I think, wow, it'd be nice to be sitting on the Outer Banks
Yeah,
with my
she got
buddies.
you, girls got you deaf in one ear.
Yep.
Tell you what, if the military wanted you to have a wife, they'd issue you one.
Damn, bro. Now you're now you're bringing me back to my West Point days. You keep talking to me like this.
Yeah, the abortion shit's weird, man, because it's like
Yeah, let's talk abortion.
it's well. Here's the thing, man. I'm it is a shame because it's like I don't want to make people feel bad who had. Like, there's no bone in my body that wants to shame a person who has had an abortion. I get it. Maybe I had a girl approach me saying she needed an abortion, asked me for $600. I hope to God she was just getting $600 out of
Yeah.
me a long time ago. So I get the pressures
course.
associated with it. No judgment at all. I also understand that there's people who are like, there's a humanoid creature with a heartbeat at 6 weeks. Maybe we shouldn't kill it. I get that, dude.
Yeah.
No shame on either side, but it's like, dude, you have people approaching that as if it's life or death, and then you have people, and then, but this is the sinister part of my mind is like how much of this is not even about life. It's about political people winning out against each other. And I just go,
That's all it is.
Jesus, man. It's like, that's like, I'm getting the sick
I'm
feeling
not
now.
talking about the people protesting in the street or the people online, the Facebook dads saying, "Shut up, sluts."
Yes, exactly.
I'm talking about the actual politicians.
knocking pussy hats off of ladies' heads.
Yeah. Shut up. Yeah,
No,
it
dude,
sucks.
it makes me so sick to my stomach, man. I think about it and I just go, because then it's like, and this again, this isn't the trash people. I start to think like, you get like women who are like, my career, and it's like, I get it.
Hold on. Here's what I will say. When it comes to the my career thing,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of that. There's also a lot of, let's say, poor people
Yes.
that are trying to work their way out of poverty,
For sure.
that are about to go to college or are working hard to get to college. They get pregnant in high school.
Yep.
They're not going to be able to get to college. They're going to have a kid by themselves and go back into the system
Yeah.
where they keep getting fucked.
Yeah.
So there is that. So
That's
you
a reality.
do need to really acknowledge that.
That's true. And again, if we're getting into people's reality. Yeah, dude. It's like poor single motherhood.
Yep.
You're telling me there's a button you can press, and it's like, this is where it's like, you're telling me you have to do something that like, it's kind of like killing a puppy. Would you kill a puppy to get a poor single motherhood? I would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fucked up.
It's got a tail.
It's a dark part of myself I don't like to talk about, but it's like, would you do that? Yeah, probably, dude. It's like calling that person a murderer, not the best the best take.
Yeah.
Not the best thing, but being like, it's nothing. It's not nothing. It's human life. All right? Fucking, I'm like this. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. How about, and that's the other thing too. It's like, obviously it's like, you have these good Christian women being like, we got to save these babies. It's like, why don't you guys go help poor single mothers, man?
And also, I got to say this.
And poor single mothers fucking Stop having so much goddamn sex.
When it comes to the
fucking sew it up for a minute, dude. Although that is the ticket out of poor single motherhood.
what are you talking about? Shut up.
That is the.
You're married, trying to ruin it for the
No,
bros.
that's true.
Dude.
That's the other thing too.
Jose Canseco just snitching because he finished. That's what you're doing,
Well,
dude.
no. But I just realized, dude. I'm. This is a thought exercise.
I'm about to whoop your ass. You keep trying to cock block the bros.
No.
dude. Single mothers keep fucking doing it. Fuck Roe v. Wade. We're gonna do it. We're still gonna abort them.
Here's what
you
I'm
can
saying.
Still
Here's
party,
what I'm saying.
dude.
As a poor single mother, that's the fucking. You're like this with the lit up tongs, and you're just looking for dongs. They're like cargo colts, dude. You see some guys like, and I'm gonna start an auto business, and you're like,
Land
I
it.
think this is gonna work, and then they're just kind of like, I can't handle all this pressure.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it. That dude, there's dudes who will just be like, the way out of it, you go like this. You knock a lady up, and then you go, look, I'm going to take care of the kid. Our relationship's not working. And then that's the first line of distance. And then you go like, you're really stressing me about this whole thing. How about I just do weekends? And you say, hey, I'm going to support money when I can. That's a hell. That's a bad hell. A lot of people haven't experienced that.
I think here's how I feel about the whole thing.
What?
I think there's a lot of people going with it, because me included. I can't sit around and be like, you better not get an abortion.
Yeah.
It's like, I might have to pull that trigger if it came my way. You know what I mean?
You think you pull the trigger?
There certainly were times in my life I would. I don't know about right now.
That's true.
But there certainly was. If I was younger, I'd be like, I'm living on fucking cans of beans right now.
For sure.
Look, I'm trying to do open mics. I don't want to have to move home to mommy and daddy to raise a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For sure.
Who am I to judge, bro?
No, it's not. That's
and
the
I
thing.
know, of course, we're not judging anybody getting this. I'm not putting this on you either. I'm saying this is personally how I feel.
For sure. That's the fucked up part.
That's what bothers me a lot. Is I think a lot of these politicians coming out there being like, "Well, that's a human life you're ruining." It's like, hey, you dumbass, what would you do? Would you get an abortion so you could become a South Carolina senator? I bet you would.
Yeah,
I bet you've done a lot worse to get where you are.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, and that's
my opinion.
That's the problem. This is where
I like to give opinions on record.
You should
recorded into a microphone. I like doing that.
You should do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is we should be continuously feeding thoughts into a thing that's like, okay, that's cool. But people will see that and go, well, I'm going to use that to destroy you.
Yeah. Like, I also change my mind every fucking 2 hours.
Well, yeah, but the problem. This is the thing. I say again. I could just be a fucking dumbass, but it's like, it just sucks that, like, it is a human life, but it's also like this is what and again, it's not the abortion thing. It's like, if you want, even outside of abortion, like if you want to have a kid, you have to have a job. If you have to have a job, you have to send your kid to a daycare. So the whole thing is not set up exactly for human joy.
Yeah.
Like having a great contented life. Let's read our ads.
Talk about Lucy. You like that? You saw me go for it.
Thank you,
guys. I like Lucy. I got these new Lucy breakers. Holy shit, these things are good. I get my nicotine fix without the smoke. I enjoy Lucy anywhere. I can't smoke. The airport, the ballpark. They know I'm going to ballparks, dude. My hotel room. That's actually pretty much the only 3 places I've been.
Ballpark,
airports,
hotel room?
ballparks, hotel rooms. Check out the full line of products at lucy.co. Use promo code DRENCHED at checkout. That's lucy.co. Be sure to use promo code DRENCHED. If you're a listener from Canada, Lucy is now available at ca.lucy.co. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Great. Thank you, Lucy. I'll tell you what, you like these new mangoes?
How you feel about that?
I do. It's very tasty.
Pretty good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that'd be nice. Especially if you have to have like a
Delicious.
really important conversation with your girlfriend. Popping is in. If you're stressed, your girlfriend's like,
Lucy,
I don't
not
know
Zen,
what I
not
want to
Zen.
do.
Lucy.
What?
Lucy, not Zen. There's a difference.
Lucy, I'm saying.
Lucy.
Lucy. My
Yeah.
bad. I meant Lucy products is
Pop
superior.
in a
It's
Lucy. Hey,
superior.
if you're about to debate whether or not you should keep a child,
That's what I'm saying. You get stressed.
don't let fucking SCOTUS get in the way. Toss in a Lucy. You say, hey, Clarence Thomas and Brett Kavanaugh, shut the fuck up. I got to go to college to get out of this endless cycle of poverty. Shut up.
Yeah, hopefully. Or hopefully
know?
you don't just continually chase pleasure. That's another thing you could do.
Hey,
Hopefully not. Hopefully not, though.
sometimes you can chase pleasure.
Sometimes.
Fuck it. You know who I think should decide whether or not I chase pleasure?
Yeah.
Brett Kavanaugh.
True.
I think he should be the judge.
What about death penalty?
kill them.
True. You're just fucking
Cut their fucking heads off, dude. For real.
Yeah, no, I
Did
just
you say less is more?
less is more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Less is more,
Just fucking- You want the guilt? You're Robespierre.
How dare you? You know I was just reading Lafayette, dude.
Sorry.
I'm the Marquis, dude. Don't you dare.
Well, dude, speaking of doing secret, furtive business, dude, maybe you don't want the people to know what you're up to. You've heard me talk about how important it is to have a VPN to protect your online privacy.
Yeah, you don't want them coming back and seeing you Google nearest abortion center.
Choosing a VPN you trust is equally as
Hey
important.
Siri, where can I get this fucking baby scooped out?
Hey Siri, when does a heartbeat start? I could go to University of Delaware.
I could either be a blue hen or a mother.
Or mother hen, dude.
Or a mother hen.
Amen.
And let me tell you,
I use ExpressVPN on my phone to browse the web, dude. I'll just leave it at that. ExpressVPN is the best VPN on the market. They don't log your activity online. Lots of cheap or free VPNs make money by selling your data to advertisers. ExpressVPN developed a technology, trusted server, that makes their VPN servers incapable of storing any data at all, including looking up large amounts of manure fertilizer.
did they have that in there?
No.
Yo, let's go.
Now uses Lightway, a new VPN protocol they engineered to make their speeds faster than ever. It's always blazing fast and lets me stream videos in HD quality with
Extreme bids.
zero buffering, dude. If you're trying to remain celibate so they don't get into a jam. ExpressVPN is easy to use. You don't need any technical skills to get set up. Just fire up the app and tap one button to connect. That's it. Many tech journals like Business Insider and The Verge rate ExpressVPN the #1 VPN in the world. Verbatim. Protect yourself with VPN that I use and trust. Use our link expressvpn.com/drenched and get an extra 3 months free with a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/drenched.
Come on.
Visit expressvpn.com/drenched to learn more. All right.
Back
Yeah,
to
man.
abortion.
I just wish people would approach the situation with a little more love and understanding, dude.
Oh,
A
yeah.
little less fucking gavel swinging and just be like, dude, here's
Yeah.
what I think about it.
I wonder
love
if it's
you.
I wonder if it's time for I wonder if it's a nice little trick, not to get conspiratorial,
Yeah.
but it's like, hey, I think the economy might about to be collapsing. Let's have them not point fingers. Let's go ahead and make them argue about abortion again.
Dude, when that thing came out, I went, "Oh, you motherfuckers!" I thought the same thing. I went, "Oh, they're trying to start some
Hey,
bad
gas is
stuff."
$7, and the housing market's going to crash, and everything's going to shit.
Dude.
Let's have them argue about abortion again.
I mean, and this is like, it's fucked up because I genuinely thought about that. I was like, dude, are they pressing like another button now? I'm like, all right, we got the whole Trump thing. Let's go this one.
Yeah,
Let's drop this
it's
one.
still
right
Trump,
now.
by the way. It's always Trump.
Oh yeah.
I've never every fucking clip or anything I see from Biden, he's like, "That was the last administration, man.
Oh, I know. They've been doing that forever.
We're trying to fix this thing."
It's fucking bullshit.
I got to work on my Biden.
That's not bad.
I got to figure it out. I got to watch him more.
True. You don't
He
see him.
doesn't speak it.
You
Yeah,
don't see him that much.
just falling off
He's
bicycles.
just more of a.
Yeah, did you see Trump after he fell off the bike?
He said, what did he say? I don't ride bikes.
Yeah, he was like, President Biden. He's giving a fucking. He was in Tennessee, giving it in an arena. He's like, we're worried about him. He fell off his bicycle. Like he just
Yeah.
kept saying, we're really worried about him. He just fell off his bicycle. I promise you, I'll never ride a bicycle. The crowd's like, he's just killing, dude. He keeps killing.
It's just fucking nuts, man. The whole thing is just bizarre to me because it's like, dude, especially when they go the religious angle, because they go like, well, what would you say to a person who would have been born but they weren't? It's like, it's a heavy thing to think about, and that's like a really fucked up thing to think
Yeah.
about. It's very terrible and sad and it's very shitty. It sucks.
Yeah,
But it's like when they attack it with like hatred, it's like, dude, come on, man.
sure.
Use that Christian love, dude. All that stuff there, it's like, dude, that lady just aborted her child.
Yeah.
Maybe go give her a hug and console her rather than being like, you fucking murdering piece of shit. It's
What
like,
would Jesus do there?
they would hug the lady?
I bet Jesus
would hug the lady.
Jesus would have hugged her.
Hug
and
the
said,
lady, and then
hey.
you'd point up to the fucking. I don't want to go to Ephesians and be like, dude, the war is between the fucking us and the masters, dude. Let's stop squabbling with it. That wasn't from Ephesians.
Yeah,
Between the dark forces.
yeah.
It's like clearly you and I shouldn't be fighting. Like, yo, man, that fucking sucks. You had to get an abortion.
He would say, hey,
I hope you get your new job.
he without sin cast the first stone.
That's what I'm
motherfuckers.
saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
Wow, dude.
It's all about. It's like,
Hey,
dude.
sorry about all that shit I was talking about locking up pistachios at Dwayne Reed. I was fired up, and then I got to thinking about it, and I was wrong. Let's lock up the shit. Lock up the chips.
Lock them up. I'm gonna flip those. I'm gonna flip those pistachios, dude. Like,
True.
fuck. What the hell is this?
How dare you?
And my father's Dwayne Reed.
This is my father's Dwayne Reed.
Yeah, it just fucks me up, dude. And then the political system at large is just like two octogenarians being like, "You see that other fucking idiot fall, pussy, dumbass," and everyone's like, "Ah, I've identified with the winning and dominant 80-year-old
My
man."
guy doesn't fall off bikes.
It's fucking crazy.
We need
What
why?
are those fucking sluts doing? Fuck them.
Yeah.
And it's just
Meanwhile,
like,
that
dude.
whole crowd's probably like, I've tossed a couple away.
Oh, dude, for sure.
I've tossed one, but I feel bad about it.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible thing that is a economical necessity within our current circumstances that we find ourselves in, and it's very sad.
All right, let's switch over to the Patreon, and we got the Beezer sitting
Fucking
outside.
love you guys, dude. Hang in there.
Hey, I love you. For real, dude. It's nothing but love.
You gotta approach it with a little more love, dude. You don't have to try to win online, dude. Just be like, yo, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, yes, well, one of our human brothers did fall to the machine at your hands, and that's so fucking sad. And I'm sorry, and I fucking love you guys.
What do we do, man? What can we do other than love?
Push on, dude. That's it.
Love, try to make people. Hey, guys, if you're out there listening to this right now, just try to make someone else happy today.
Most people are trapped between being like, I just don't want to think or talk about this.
Instead of trying to make somebody happy, you could get on Facebook and troll the fuck out of us. Just ruin motherfuckers' days, dude.
Yeah. Or just be like, what do you think, Mom? I will carry that into Twitter for you. No problem.
Yes.
And fight anyone who disagrees with my parents' belief.
All right. God bless you.
Love
Have
you.
a good day. We're going to Patreon if you want to listen to us there.
Get over there, dude.